Looking again at your syllabus, you're going to note that in front of the Unit 1 assignment is a template. This template's very important because it's going to help you to understand how to submit your files. What it is if you look at my rubric, you'll see that some of these are screenshots and some of them are file uploads. And I need you to follow those instructions. So when you look at the template, it's laid out so that it's to make these screenshots a little easier. And I'm just going to open this with Microsoft Word. And let's see where it comes in, right here. Now, because I opened it, when I opened it, it says it's a read-only file. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn around and save it right away and save it to my USB drive that I created under my CIS 173. And then I should have those folders already there. And I'll just call this okay, so there's your Unit 1 assignment. And you can put your name after it. I actually won't mark you down because when you submit in Canvas, your name comes to me directly anyway. So I'm going to click on Save. And now you have it all set up so that you can put your document. But right here, I want you to type your name in. So I have your name for this document. Now, I'm going to go through and do some of these activities and demonstrate how you're going to put in your screenshots, because it is a little confusing. Notice this is a Word document that I'm opening up, but we're going to be using Adobe Acrobat for the activities. So let's open up Adobe Acrobat, and I have it over here. The first lesson is on my USB drive under my unit folders under lesson 1, and I believe it's conference guide. Now most of this first assignment is learning how to just move around the program. So you're going to be going through all the motions to learn how this program's working for you. Your activities start on page 12. And my rubrics all have the page numbers in them as well. If we went back to your template, you'll notice that it has the page numbers that the activities start on. They're all numbered, and you're just opening the Adobe Acrobat document and working from there. Now, as you work through these activities, you're going to come to a point where I want the screenshot, and that's what you need to do. So I'm expecting you to work through the activities on your own, and I'm going to show you how to get that screenshot. In this one, we have navigated to page 12 of our document. Oh, no, I just rotated it, darn it. Let's rotate it back, okay. We've organized page 12, and what I want to do is just come right to the document now. Oh, I turned it over. Okay, so let me go back and rotate it again and again, and it should be right side up now, and I'm going to come back to the document. Okay, so for the first thing that you're going to do is to search for the word and that's what this one has you do. So I'm using my find utility and looking for and we're changing that, not that one. Let's see if it's supposed to be after the word conference. So let's see, let's go next. Still don't have it, not there, not that one, not that one. Need to be on the right, and there it is, right here. Now that's the screenshot I want. So what I want to do is, because I'm going to change that one to the word but, and what I want to do is replace it with but. Okay, and I know that that's going to work for me. So what I want to do is grab my snipping tool, which is in Windows 10. All you have to do is do a search, and it'll work in Windows 7 too, and do a snip to get the snipping tool. And now all I need is a snip of the page along with my replace. And I've got the look that I want. Edit, copy. I need to now come back to my Word document, go into the place provided, and paste. Now, yes, it's going to be small. I don't care. I just want to have a snip in that area of that particular item. Now, I'll demonstrate the next one for you, and hopefully this all makes sense. Okay, the next one is page 26, step 5. So just make sure that you go through all the activities prior to this, because there were some more things before step 5, and I want to make sure that you have everything in place. So I'm going to pause my video and go on to the next activity. Open Adobe Acrobat. This time I have to open the next file, and it happens to be, I think, the Meridian review. Let me double check. Come back to my web browser, and it is the Meridian review. So I'll come back and Meridian review, open it, and I'm into another PDF file that I'm working with. Because this file does not come up like it needs to end up, what I'll probably do is come through and save the new one to my unit folder and come back so that I have a copy of it. I don't need it there. I could just call it, just put in U01A1 in front of it, so I know that that's my copy of the unit folder, and I'm not changing any of the lesson files. So now I'm going to go through and do the activities. I don't want to demonstrate every one of them, so just the screenshots. So I'm going to do them, pause the video here. Before I opened the Meridian file, I needed to save this conference guide. So I'm here and I'm going to save as, and coming back to my USB drive, 173. And it's the textbook tells you to call this conference guide final, and you use it again for the Meridian one. So here we go, pausing again. Okay, so I've made a few more adjustments so to make it easier for you. My template has the page number and the step that you need to go through. So for the Meridian review, you're doing page 19, step 4, which is actually to have it's the Zoom dialog box at 125%. So I'm back over here on my PDFs. There's Meridian, and what I would do is go into View, and it's Zoom, and I'm Zoom 2, and I've got it at 25%. So now I just need to have my snipping tool open, and I just click on my snipping tool, click on New, and that's enough right there. Edit, copy, go back to my Word document, and paste. There's the one for that, and save. Now I need to go to the conference guide, which is page 26, step 5. So I've got to go through and do those steps next. Make sure you have Meridian and Conference open at the same time, or you can't do all the steps you need for Conference Guide. Okay, I ran into a problem with this one in that my screen would not tile horizontally, and it's probably because of the size of my monitors and that I have 2 monitors. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is give me either one. I just want you to know that you know how to tile them. And what's supposed to happen is over here in the conference, you're supposed to have also the view of the bookmarks. And you select the general information, and then you come in and you zoom that one page to, let's see, it's 150%. So it's going to be 150 and okay. And if you if you end up having to do it vertically like I did, that's fine. I just want to know that you did the operation. So I would do a screen capture here, and that would involve getting my snipping tool again. And grabbing it. Edit, copy, and coming back to my Word document and pasting it in the table. And a small view like that is fine. That's all I need. So go on to the next one. Okay, what I'm looking for in this next activity is that you've added that divider button and you've done this to the toolbar. Now it actually may be a little different than my screenshot because I have a couple of other things that I've added to that toolbar. So let me get my snipping tool again. And here it is. I just have to go into new, grab the part that we're looking at, and edit, copy, come back to Microsoft Word and paste. So that's the one from the adding to that particular part of that one. Now you have one more that you need to do a screenshot of, and I will demonstrate how to do that one. For the next activity, I came up with an error screen that when I went to reduce the file. And so as long as you reduce the file, I'm okay with what you've done. I'm going to grab this. I'll grab the screen prior to this so that you can see what happens, but you can see this is the error that came up for me. And my Adobe Acrobat says when I go through and I do a save as and I reduce the file size, it doesn't give me the option to choose which version. And I know that I've seen that option before, but it's not working here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and as long as you reduce the file size, I'm happy with that part of the assignment. So I would take this screenshot or the one that is in the book. So again, I would come here, go to new, and we would just need to grab that screen, edit, copy, and you can come back to the Word document and paste the screen. Now I've done all the screenshots, but there are still some more files. So if you look at these pages here, those actually have some things that you're altering in the PDF. So I want the files. So actually what I should get from you for this assignment is 5 files. I would get the GC Vend Agree PDF, the Aqua PDF, the Memo PDF, and the Peach Pit Home .pdf. So, and I would get this file. This file should be turned into a PDF, so it would be file, save as an Adobe PDF, which you should have on your Word document, or you can go to print and also go to Adobe PDF, print, and then I would just take this and put it in my USB drive under the student lesson files under my unit and save it as a PDF. Now when I've completed all of this, those are the files that I'm going to upload. Now I've already created a video on how to upload multiple files to Canvas. Make sure you watch that if you're not aware of how to do it, because people oftentimes override their files when they're doing it. But I think this one's long enough to show you how to do the assignment. And I will try to make one for each assignment, although they are pretty time consuming. So I just want you to see this is what I'm looking at to do for this particular assignment. And I'll make up a template like this for you for all the assignments. Thank you.